Hey, Sally and Jack. Smile.
En la sierra o en la piel, lo lindo viene bajando. Vale, y lo lindo de contando. Ay, 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 ay. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegra cielito lindo los corazones. Ay, 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 ay. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegra cielito lindo los corazones.
Yeah, I get royalties if you post up.
Didn't have the sound, but that's all right. Testing. There we go. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for being here. And we're here because we love travel, right? So, for the theme of the show, I picked out a quote by Sir Richard Burton. And pretty much says what this is all about. The gladdest moment in human life is a departure into unknown lands. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. Before we dive into these exciting destinations that we've built, I'd like to introduce to you the people that we partner with, people that are part of the team at Warther Tours. And the first thing I'd like to talk about is the buses. And you saw that beautiful bus out front. And we do work quite a bit with Kendrick and gang at the bus line. But first, you guys might remember this guy. Some of you will. That's our bus driver from out west. And that is Mitch. And Mitch couldn't be here. He lives in Denver. But he's the best driver west of the Mississippi, by far. And we use him quite a bit. He works with us. But you know, a bus driver is much more than a driver. They're the first people we see in the morning. They take care of us all day. They make sure we get back safe. And they just set the tone for the entire journey. So we're very proud to partner with the different bus companies. And our next one is Barron's Bus, and that's who we use east of the Mississippi. And Barron, like Aerobus out west, always has us a new bus. Nice new bus to work with. Get a chance, take a look inside the coach, and Shayna will be able to point out some of the things. They always have the Wi-Fi and all the top stuff on the buses. Like to move on to Emerald, one of our sponsors, Emerald Cruise Lines. Emerald, we feel, is every bit as Viking is. Emerald, you know, people don't know Emerald, or actually in this country, people just know Viking because they advertise so heavily. But as I mentioned, Emerald's one of the best, and we're working with them on river cruising, yacht cruising. So they're one of our sponsors. And next, we have Bud and Sharon I would like to introduce to you. So Bud, Sharon, come on out here.
Hello.
Okay, good morning, Bud. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning.
Good. So, Bud and Sharon works diligently behind the scenes. These are folks you guys will not see, but they helped us to build our registration system. We have a new registration system for all of our tours, and along with that registration system comes the travel protection. So maybe you can mention something about how that works and why you should have travel protection.
Absolutely, Mark. Thank you. Mark invited me to come today, and I thought, that's great. I love travel. I love telling stories. Do I get to tell a story about Greece? Do I get to tell a story about Colorado or a train ride? No, you get to talk about travel insurance. And I said, it's great. Everybody wants to start their Saturday with this conversation, right, Mark? So I have my licenses, but I'm not a representative of TripMate, so I just want to make that clear. But we work with a TripMate product that's integrated into the system. Travel protection is extremely important for two different reasons. One is the cancellation protection, and that's probably what you know about. Like if you have a covered reason for which you need to cancel, they will review your claim, and if the claim's payable, they will refund all your non-reimbursable payments. That's the cancellation piece. But right now, as we can see the state of travel, a lot of travel delays are taking place. There's a lot of delays at airports. There's a lot of sitting around at airports. There's a lot of misconnections. And that's the piece of travel protection that we don't often think about, Mark, is once we're traveling, there are benefits that protect you while you're traveling. So there's travel delay, there's a baggage delay, there's accident and sickness medical, and they all cover you up to the limits of the benefits. So I think even if you're not worried about your cancellation, or Mark has a great refund policy here at Warther, that's fine. But just remember that if you get stuck somewhere overnight because a flight gets canceled or delayed, there is coverage for you to have lodging, meals, and local transportation while you're there.
Good.
Did I keep my time limit?
That's good. This guy is a known talker. We were afraid he's going to be up here 45 minutes himself. So, and we have to get home for the Ohio State game
That's
this
right.
evening.
Exactly.
The evening game.
That's
now,
right.
So yeah, but you guys have a travel assistance program, correct? Where like if you would lose your passport.
Absolutely, yeah. So the reason that we think about it called travel insurance, right? Like that's what we all think about it, but it's actually has to be called travel protection, because the state's required to be called travel protection because there are non-insurance products related to your purchase. So whether it's this product or another product that you buy, there are emergency services. That means that there's 24/7 assistance if you lose documents, if you need to get home in an emergency, right, because you had an incident, somebody at home has an incident and you need to get home and you need to get a flight booked, or if you need to travel with a medical professional. Those services are all included in that emergency service. So always, no matter what you do, whether you buy this product or some other product, when you purchase a product, make sure you have access to that global assistance number while you're traveling. And I know that's part of the packets that you take with you on your tours, Mark. I know you're ahead of that game.
Correct. You know, and we just had a lady in October flying from Cleveland to Athens. And she got to the Philly airport, and that's where you have to show your passport. No passport. She lost it in the Cleveland airport. So there she was, waving to everybody on the plane as they were taking off, and she's sitting in Philly. And within 24 hours, we had her passport, a new passport for her, on the next night's flight, and she caught up with the tour. So,
That's
yeah, so
awesome.
that does work.
It does work,
it does
absolutely.
work. So, okay, well, thank you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So,
Sharon, would you like to
Sharon,
say hello?
we brought you out, and we didn't have you say anything.
No, I know. It's kind of the best spot.
She's the pretty face. So.
I'm just a sidekick. No, we'll be out in the lobby too after. If you guys have any questions, we're happy to answer them.
So, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Another sponsor of our show is Mitch and Kylie Kendall. I know most of you, or many of you, know of them. So, Mitch and Kylie, come on out and say hi to everyone. I went out of order. There we go. We'll bring Eric out in a minute. So, yes. So, okay. So, you folks have a new company, correct?
Yeah, we do.
We do.
You good?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So recently we moved to an independent practice model, and we founded Kendall Wealth Management, powered by Ameriprise, as our broker dealer. And it was all about increasing flexibility, transparency, and our personal connection with the families that we serve. We currently serve a lot of families that are 4 generations deep. And we brought our son into the practice. He helps with serving our younger clients who, Mitch and I are going to retire someday, I hope, and be on your.
The idea. Hopefully you have some good investments for yourself.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, good investments goes hand in hand with good travel, correct?
Yes, it does. So, and we actually have launched a Thriving in Retirement series for our clients. And because a lot of them will come in and talk to us about their dreams, and a lot of times travel is just that, a dream, and they never actually do it. And so Mark and Mitch and I have been talking about this for a long time.
Couple
partnering up.
years.
Yeah.
It's been a couple years we've been
And,
talking about
We're
this.
finally getting around to it.
Yeah. Well, we had some restrictions at our previous firm, and we weren't able to do it as deep as we wanted to. And so now we have the flexibility to do that. And, so thriving for us means the T is thoughtful planning. H is health first, because if you're not healthy, you can't do any of these things. R is resilient finances. I would be intentional living. V is values-driven choices, and E is enjoying life.
Very good.
Yeah, and I think Mark, what you guys do kind of connects with enjoying life. And then, we have a lot of, in our businesses, there's a lot of alignment. Clients come to you and say, hey, I want to do this. My goal is I want to go to Ireland or I want to go to Greece, but I don't know how to get there. I don't know how to do that, right? You guys help them figure that out. We kind of do the same thing, except instead of a real destination, it's a financial destination. And they come to us and they say, look, I need to retire. I need to spend this much money. Here are my goals, but I don't know how to get there. And we do the same for them. So I think there's a good alignment here, and helping our clients achieve that enjoying life is a good thing, and that's what we're trying to do.
Okay. And where are your new offices?
So we are in the former Monroe Mall, right inside the north entrance near Swartz Klein's. I bet most of you remember where Swartz Klein's used to be. Yeah. So no, right inside the north entrance.
Okay. Yep. So go see Mitch and Kylie, and they can help you out with any of your investments. So thank you.
And if you haven't heard from us since we've moved, it is not because we don't want to talk to you. It's because we can't find you. We didn't take any client information with us when we left. So if you see us out there, come up and talk to us, because it's not that we left you behind. It's just that we can't find you yet.
Okay. Well, good. Well, thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Mark.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark.
Okay. Okay, our newest program that we're building is our Disney program. And I'm sure many of you know Erica Andrews, and she's retired from school teaching. Erica, come on out here.
Hello.
But you've been to Disney many times, correct?
This year?
This year, okay. So,
I have no idea how many times, and I think this year I've probably been there 7 or 8 times. So I'm a little Disney crazy.
So we were told that the best person locally was to partner with you, because, I mean, it's not easy going to Disney, knowing where to stay, how to see it, what to do, getting everything lined up. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. If you're looking to go to Disney, I'm talking mostly about Walt Disney World in Florida. It is a lot to tackle. And I'm here to make your trip easy and stress-free from start to finish. If you want to take your grandkids, if you want to do an adults only, we were just talking about that backstage, doing an adult-only trip. I've done it all.
Good, good. Yeah, we get a lot of our customers say, well, I need to take the grandkids down there. So we can help you with that, so she can help line things up. Now, we're not taking, like most of our tours, as a group going. This is if you want to go and take your grandkids or on your own. She'll line it all up. We can even line up your air for you if you like. We have an air department, and you can go down and enjoy Disney for, what would you say the average length of Disney trip? A week? 5 days?
It depends on the clients and what they are looking for. If they want a more relaxed version, I would recommend at least 5 days to spread it out a little bit.
Okay.
If you're there and you want to just do a couple parks and get in and get out, we can do that. I can talk to you about what's the best time to go to Disney. I will tell you right now, if it's your first time, do not go from Christmas to New Year's. Bad idea. I can tell you what resorts. I can work with you on your budget. All those things. I know a lot of the ins and outs, too.
Good. Good. So I know that place scares me, so I would certainly have you organize our trip there. So.
Well, I'm excited to be working with you guys.
My little ones will be coming out here. My granddaughters, there they are, and they all want to go, right, Lainey? You want to go to Disney? Okay. So.
All right. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you, Erica.
I'm
Thank you
here to
very
help.
much. Okay, and to wrap up the introductions before we go into the tours, you folks all know Warther Tours. You're here. What most of you don't know is we have another company, a division I should call it, called Amazing Travel Treasures. That's ATT, not AT&T. Got in trouble with that one. So, but this company, the Amazing Travel, we build tours for other companies and groups all over the country. We're now building 150 plus tours a year. And so to make this magic happen, I mean, that takes a lot to create that many quality tours. We have a staff. I like to bring out the staff. The first lady I like to introduce, she brings a wealth of experience. For 25 years, she built and ran the tour division for a large national company. We're so fortunate to have her leading our company. She's our general manager, Dawn Dornis from Lancaster, PA. Come on out, Dawn. Next, I have a lady with 29 years of travel experience. 23 of those was with American Airlines. Welcome, Donna Botkin from Cincinnati, Ohio. You're supposed to do your wave like this. Yeah, okay. There you go. Okay, the next two ladies. These two ladies, they keep our numbers straight. And they are incredible with this. And 70 years experience total between these two ladies. And I'm sure many of you know these two. They're local. We have from New Philadelphia, both Karen Carball and Michelle Allison Palmer. Come on out, ladies. Okay, one of our newer staff members, this lady's out of Cleveland, 15 years of experience in the hospitality and customer service. She's been teaching also at Purdue and Cleveland State. She brings a lot of insight into our itineraries, and she does a lot of the building of the itineraries as well. From Cleveland, Ohio, please welcome Sharon Snyder-Suey. Sharon? 30 years of experience with Zimmer. This lady has worked over the years with marketing, convention planning, fits into our team wonderfully. She's been with us now for a few years. Joan Bennett from Dover, Ohio. I'm sure most of you know the next one, Denise McConnell. And Denise has 30 years experience running hotels. Denise, come on out. 20 years experience in family business, which can seem like 40 sometimes. And, but 20 years experience with that. Marketing, customer service director as what he does for us. Patrick Warther. Come on out, Patrick. Brian, my son Brian, has, 16 years experience. He has a degree in hospitality from West Liberty University. So Brian, come on out. And our two newest members, and they bring a combined 30 years experience in the student group tours and park programming. They quickly have become an important part of our tour program. So please welcome Casey Phipps from Strasburg, Pennsylvania, and Shannon Gunther from Hamilton, Ohio. So folks, we have built, I'm getting there. we're getting reminded what to do. We have built a company with, I mean, you're looking at it, 300 years experience total, if you add it up. I don't think there's a company in the country that can boast that. And I'll put this team up against any travel company out there. So thank you guys, and thanks for all your diligent work. So, okay, now. Okay, tour directors. Our head tour director, Janice Casenza. Janice, come on out. Janice is our expert in what? Our Canadian Rockies. Have a seat, Janice. Have a seat. Yep. Our Canadian Rockies, and you've been to Ireland and Switzerland and quite a few of them. So, yeah. Texas. Okay.
New England.
Yep. And we have 2 new tour directors in training, so you're gonna have to show them the way. So, come on out, Elizabeth Stevenson McEwen and Michael McGreevy, and. People don't know it. They're always shocked when I call her cuz. So she is my cousin. And Michael, you're with Wittenberg. I was going to say Otterbein. That was the old school. You're with, 10 years Otterbein and now Wittenberg University. So, so they'll be our future tour directors. And this coming year, you'll see them on some of the tours. And Mike, you have quite a bit of experience taking student groups over the years through Europe, correct? So these are just big kids, older kids. Yeah. Okay. Does that wrap that up? I think it does. Yeah, you just look good up here. So she looks good, doesn't she, up here? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right, now what you came for. Let's learn about some tours. We, first of all, are presenting these in the same order they're in the book, so you can follow along. If you see something that really grabs you, there's a QR code. The kids came to me and said, hey, Dad, we have to do a tour book. Now, 5 years ago, they told me that we just do everything online. We don't need a tour book. So now we're back. They said, we have to do a tour book because we can put those QR codes in, correct? So you can actually bring the tour right up and order from your seats if you want.
Yeah.
So, and, I know what else I want to mention before we start. We're not going to go into every day. Day 1, this is what we're doing. Day 2, this is what we're doing. We wouldn't make it to the Ohio State game. We are going to show you highlights of each tour. You can go onto the website, get detailed itineraries, videos on quite a few of the tours.
Yes, all the tours, yep.
And so we're going to highlight, give you a flavor for the tour so you have an idea if this is something of interest. So.
Sounds great.
Okay.
As far as the QR codes that you see on the booklets there, all you have to do is take your camera on your phone, point it right at the QR code. You'll see a link that will then pop up on your phone. You hit that, and it'll take you directly to the web page of that tour on our website. So it's really easy to navigate and get you to it, get more information on it.
Yeah, so to start here today, we're going to talk about our Guardians games that we have for 2026. We have a awesome lineup of games. Starting first, we have the Boston Red Sox. That's a Friday, May 29th game. After that, we have a Wednesday afternoon one. I know some of you like to do the afternoon ones. That one's against the New York Yankees. And then our final 2 there are Friday games, Seattle Mariners, Pittsburgh Pirates. It's a very fun night at the ballpark, especially the Friday games. You know, there's fireworks after. Also, many of you have been to those games. You know there's all-you-can-eat food. Now they have the padded seats in the club section, so it's even more luxurious.
That's nice.
So, yeah.
You don't have to drive. You don't have to park.
Nope.
Just jump on the bus and have fun.
Just hop in and watch some Guardians baseball. Yeah.
It is the best way to see a Guardians game, in my opinion.
Yes.
Nice way to spend a nice summer evening or afternoon. Okay, Broadway. We're going back to our Broadway series. We have 5 Broadway shows over 5 months, February through June. Water for Elephants, The Music Man, Sound of Music, The Outsiders. And The Outsiders, that's a new play that's going across the country, new Broadway musical. It's sort of like the newer version of West Side Story. And then in June, The Great Gatsby. So, in fact, right now we have a group up at Playhouse.
Yeah,
so
we have seeing the musical 6 today.
6 today,
Yes,
okay.
so
Okay. Okay, we'll start in with the Ultimate New Orleans Experience. And this is a tour in April. Now, the first one sold out. So we opened up a second date a week later. If you sign up for a tour and you're waitlisted, it's full, sign up because, one, sometimes people may have to cancel for many reasons that could come up. And two, if we have enough interest, like this one, we'll open up another date. We do have a second one now open. We'll see if we get enough to make that go. Well, we should. But both of those are in April. 4 nights at the Bineville House, right there in the French Quarter. This is one of those tours where you unpack once. We fly down and unpack in this beautiful place, and each day we do something in the area. Some of the highlights, we'll do a jazz dinner cruise. It's a beautifully restored Mississippi boat. Garden District tour, Jackson Square, French Quarters, we'll be touring all those, and Commander's Palace. This is where Emeril Lagasse got his start. And you know, I think we had a tour down there last time was what, 2018? And when we went to Commander's Palace for lunch, I don't think we got out of there till like 3 o'clock. Nobody ate dinner. It was just so filling. It's a huge dinner, but it's world famous. And Court of Two Sisters, they have a buffet that is world class, and they always have their little jazz band playing. So that's another meal that's really more of an event than a meal even. And we'll do a carriage ride through the French Quarter. Then we're going to give you a choice. You can either go to the Mardi Gras world where they build the famous floats, or you can go to the World War II Museum. And that museum is one of the best in the country for military museums. And then we'll take you out to the wild side, a swamp tour. And there's our former bank president wrestling a huge alligator. And Oak Alley with the famous canopy of oaks. And finish out with the New Orleans School of Cooking. And I'm not sure if this is more of a night of cooking with a little bit of wine or if it's a night of wine with a little bit of cooking, but we have a lot of fun. So that's April of this coming year.
Now, one thing I want to mention, this is a fly tour, and of course we're live streaming right now. So for those people that are not here in attendance, couldn't make it, and are at home, maybe in New Jersey or Alabama or wherever we have a lot of our customers, these fly tours, you can join into those tours, and we can get that arranged for you. So
doesn't matter where you live.
Doesn't matter where you live on those fly tours.
We will fly you all into one spot, and off we go.
We will get you in with the group.
Good. Well, you've been on the California tour before, right, Patrick?
California tour is one of my favorites, yes. I've been there, was 3 years ago. Took my son Ethan with me during that time.
Where's Ethan at?
It was a great tour. So we're going back. Of course, we're going back in late spring. Late spring, I feel, is the best because at this point, the snow is starting to melt there in the national park, and that's what allows Yosemite Falls to really roar to its peak at that point. So you really see it in its full potential there. Well, we're going to be flying into Sacramento. In Sacramento, we'll be staying at a hotel that's just outside of the old Sacramento area. You can actually just go right underneath the tunnel, walk right into old Sacramento. It's a neat little old school town area. They have a bunch of shops and restaurants, that sort of thing. But they also have a really cool railroad museum there. It's probably one of the top in the country. Fantastic place to visit there. Then we're only a day's trip away from Napa, so we're going to go have lunch and a wine tasting in a Napa area there.
And you folks know, if there's wine nearby, I'll make sure you get there.
And then we're going to be staying 2 nights right outside of Yosemite. The lodge, the hotel that we're going to be staying at is right on the Merced River, and you'll have rooms that face the river there. Some people have balconies, some people will have patios that you can just go out there. And at the hotel, they have a pizza shop. So if you want to get pizza and bring it back to your room and sit by the river and enjoy dinner, it's always a great time. Or they also have a restaurant there. But it's always a nice night just to, when you get back, and relax outside your patio or balcony there and enjoy the Merced River that flows around right by it. And then, of course, Yosemite, this is one of my favorite national parks. This national park is awesome. It's great walking trails. There's lots of food around the park there that you can eat while you're enjoying your park stay. We'll be going on a guided tour throughout the park there, seeing the different viewing spots in Yosemite. Like I said, this is one of my favorite places.
And this year we added the Monterey area to the tour. So the famous 17-mile drive, Pebble Beach, we make a stop there. And Clint Eastwood lives on 17-mile drive, or he did, yeah. The tour guide that we have out there, she's funny. She said to the bus group as we're driving through 17-mile drive, oh, there's the Eastwood home. And Mrs. Eastwood, she was voted the best housekeeper on 17-mile drive. And I was like, oh, really? Yep. When they split up, she kept the house. So. And Cannery Row, the Monterey Bay is world famous. They have the aquarium there, the Monterey Aquarium, world class. And I mean, when you're sitting out there having dinner on the wharf, you'll see the otters and all the wildlife, but they're just known for the wildlife there because of the deep cold waters right there that comes in by the aquarium. And Fisherman's Wharf, we'll take a train through the Redwoods. So that's coming up in April. And we've just added some more seats to that, so.
Yeah, I think we're almost at our limit. We have another group that's selling into it currently. They may or may not sell everything. That's so definitely one to definitely wait list for if we are full, because if those seats do open up, then we can definitely get you added right away.
I think we have no 10 seats yet for us, so we're good. Okay. River Hop, this one is not in your book. This one just opened up to us. So last year, we were privileged to be allowed, I guess would be the best way to say that, allowed to take a group on this. The Cincinnati Riverboat, they allow 4 tour groups from around the country to be on their boat for this famous event. And we got approved last year, and you ladies were the ones down there taking the people on it.
Yeah,
right?
We had a great time.
It was a lot of fun.
Good, good. And so this goes from Cincy to Louisville.
Mm-hmm. In 1.5 days.
Right. We don't stay on the boat overnight.
Correct.
We go to the
Do not
famous
sleep on the boat.
Belterra Resort.
Casino.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Louisville, this is always that week before the famous horse race. What do they call that? The Kentucky Derby. Yeah, the Kentucky Derby. So they have the race then between this boat and the Belle of Louisville. And we have our group on the boat during the race, and they have bourbon tasting and a dinner, and you're racing the other boat. So it's a fun night.
But the 2 days you're on the boat, it's very relaxing. There's crafts, there's things to do, there's really good food, there's a bar, and there's
a bar.
There is a bar, Mark. We didn't tell you that initially. But you can sit on the boat if you like just watching the world go by and relaxing on the top sun deck. You can just sit out there in one of their rocking chairs and just enjoy your day, do what you want, enjoy the crafts or not enjoy the crafts and just enjoy the wine. So the boat part is wonderful.
It was a lot of fun. They had games too, and they had a river lecture. We had the captain come out and talk to us, and it was a woman captain that was going to be a nun, and she changed her mind and became a riverboat captain because she lived in New Orleans, and that she grew up around that, and she's like, I don't want to be a nun. I want to be a riverboat captain. So she told us her story, and
and there's lots of activities too, other than just being on the boat. And Dawn,
right. So we get into you're on the boat all day Monday and half of Tuesday, and then you arrive into Louisville, and we do a derby dinner playhouse that night, so a dinner show. And then on Wednesday, the plan is to go to the Fraser History Museum, get lunch where you can try the famous Kentucky hot brown. Yep. And then we went to the Derby Museum and got a tour of Churchill Downs. And again, that was a special thing because they don't allow bus groups that close to Derby, but they let our 4 bus groups go. And it was exciting. It wasn't Derby Day, but you kind of felt like it because everyone was dressed for Derby and the attire, so that was a lot of fun.
So you for sure have to wear your Derby hat.
You bring your Derby attire, for
Derby
sure.
hat and a flowered dress, and we got to see some horse races too because
Yes, we
they're
did.
not just racing on Derby Day. They're racing all year round, so we got to see horse races.
And then it concludes with that evening is the great steamboat race, Belle of Cincinnati. This will be the boat that you're on. Well, actually, they changed it there, but Belle of Cincinnati against the Belle of Louisville. And I don't know, somehow the Belle of Louisville seems to always win. I think it's rigged, but
even when they're
it's
not
still
there,
fun. It's still
even
fun.
when they're not there,
right,
they get to win.
Exactly. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Okay. So River Hop, April 26th through the 30th.
Just want to mention too, that was a last kind of a minute ad. That's why it's not in your books.
Yeah, we just got word that
it's
they're
on the
allowing
website
us.
currently, and like I said, able to sign up.
Okay. Okay, Joshua, little 1 night, 2 day, the big theater over there, Sight and Sound, and we just had a group over there for, what was the show over there? Joshua. Okay.
Or,
no, it wasn't
Noah.
Joshua.
Noah.
Noah.
Yeah.
We
Noah
were over
was
at
the-
Salt.
yeah.
Noah.
Excuse me.
So Joshua's coming next year, the big new show. So May 5th and 6th. Grand Tour of Italy. We ran that this fall, and we made a couple minor changes to what we ran this year, but this will be in May, May 30th through June 10th of next year. And we're going to start with 2 nights at Lake Como. And we're staying in a beautiful place right on the lake. We'll take even a boat ride over to Bellagio. Then we're going to head to Florence, where you can see David in all of his glory at the Accademia. We added a day in Florence. You just need a free day in Florence between the leather district, the museums, the Ponte Vecchio Bridge. I mean, there's just so much to do and see that the one day we'll be doing a tour of that, but then you have a free day to just spend time in Florence and just immerse yourself in that beautiful place. While we're there, we'll take a day and we'll go out to Tuscany. This is a villa that's in one of the more remote areas in Tuscany. And so we sat there this year, and what a view of the vineyards as we had our wine tasting. And we'll go back. After the wine tasting, we did a lunch. So we go into lunch, and we sit down, and of course the wine's pouring, and they're bringing out this fabulous lunch, and we're all done. And we get up to leave, and the people there said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Well, lunch is done." "No, it's not. That was the appetizer." It was a 3-hour lunch. Again, nobody ate dinner that night. Yeah.
That's typical for Europe, right?
Yeah. Yep. And we'll tour the Colosseum, a couple days in Rome. The Vatican tour is part of this as well. Then we're going to spend 3 nights down on the Amalfi Coast in Sorrento. So that's our group there having a pasta and limoncello class and dinner. We'll be doing that again. A little pasta making. How'd you get in there, Klaus? There you go. And we'll tour Positano, Amalfi, and Sorrento on this. And we'll finish with Pompeii. What an amazing tour. It's a fully guided tour. We walk through Pompeii, and the history of this thing is just absolutely amazing.
You were just there, obviously. What was your favorite part of that trip?
Of that trip, you know, it's all apples and oranges. I mean, every day was unique and different. So as far as the tours go, this was my favorite, guided tour on the trip. But, just going to those beautiful towns like Positano and those hillsides all washed with the beautiful homes and buildings. That's our farewell dinner. And we're actually staying in this hotel. That'll be your view throughout those 3 nights in Sorrento. So Grand Tour of Italy. Mount Rushmore, it's been a few years since we've been there.
It's been a few years.
Yep. So, Joni, you're the tour guide on this one, aren't you?
Thanks, Patrick. Hi, everybody. Mount Rushmore and the trip to South Dakota is just another reminder of how diverse and how absolutely stunning our country is. So on this tour, we go and we hub and spoke from one hotel. We are at the K-Bar S Lodge. It is located outside of Rapid City. And this is a nice, quiet lodge where you can enjoy the wilderness and just the environment. It's an incredible place. And from there, we will go to different parts of the state. We will go to the Badlands National Park. And it's amazing what water has done in this country, from the Grand Canyon to the Badlands National Park. And I didn't know what to expect when I got there, and I was awestruck. We go to Wall, South Dakota, and this place was made famous because of free water and 5-cent coffee for the pioneers traveling west.
Yep.
And at Wall Drug, it's even more entertaining, because when you get there, they have all of the different ranch brands around the top of the restaurant. They have one of the greatest Western art collections in the world there. There's different stores. There's a chapel in this little community that is just adorable, that that pioneers and people traveling west many years ago walked in those same footsteps. It's incredible. So then another day we go to Custer State Park. One of the things about Custer State Park is they have a video that they show you about the buffalo and that area, and it's narrated by Kevin Costner. And it is absolutely one of my favorite parts of this whole trip.
Absolutely outstanding.
And that's a traffic jam there in Custer State Park.
Yeah.
So, yep.
So, and we take the bus and we go along the South Loop of Custer State Park, and we see buffalo. We stop, take pictures and different things, and that's the nice thing about being on the bus. And then we head back to the lodge for lunch, and they have a buffalo stew that's part of this lunch, and I was told by Brian that you had to try it. So, of course, I race in there and I get some buffalo stew, and probably one of the most amazing soups I've ever eaten. So, and then after that, we take Jeep rides, and we go out to Needles Highway. And they haven't always done that, have they, Mark?
No. When we went out to do our research on this tour quite a few years ago, it was in the middle of COVID, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was July 2020.
Yeah. So we're out there, Brian and I, and they have the southern loop where a lot of the buffaloes range, and they usually take the Jeeps down through there, but the bus can go there. Where the bus can't go when you're in Custer State Park is this road, okay? This is Needles Highway. This is what I would compare to going to the Sun Road up in Montana. It's just beautiful. Small tunnels, or hairpin turns. A bus just cannot go on it. So I said to the people we're working with there, I says, hey, let's take the Jeeps up there instead of down there. She says, well, we don't do that. I says, why not? She goes, well, we don't do that. I says, well, give me a price. She did. So we were the first ones to ever take Jeeps on that road.
Yeah, that was, and Randy, years that we've been back, the head guy that does it, Randy, he says his guides now fight over doing those tours, and they really enjoy taking through.
The next year I went back to book our next group, and they said, oh, that date's taken. I says, what do you mean it's taken? They're selling it now to all the other bus companies. I'm like, that was my idea.
Should have got royalty checks for that.
Yeah, should have got royalty checks, yep.
For those of you who are National Treasure fans, we go past the little lake that they land the plane in and different things as you're going through Custer State Park. On a different day, we go to Wyoming, and we go to Devil's Tower National Monument. That you can walk around. It takes about 45 minutes, doesn't it, Denise? Kidding. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to walk around that. So it's a nice little hike if you get a chance to do that.
You don't have to, though.
You don't have to, absolutely not. But it's a nice opportunity if you are a walker and have that chance. It's a nice little hike. And then we come back to Deadwood and some other places in South Dakota. And then the following morning we get up and we do a visit to Mount Rushmore that morning. And that way you can see the monument. There's videos and exhibits down below. It's a nice monument area. And then we leave there and we go to Crazy Horse and then to, and that's a tribute to the natives in the region. And then we go to take a train from Keystone to Hill City for lunch, and because with Mark's tours, there's always a train involved, you know that. And then afterwards, we go back to Mount Rushmore and see the lighting that evening. And it's very ceremonial, it's very touching. I was there on 9/11, so that was an added bonus to be able to be there for that moment on 9/11. So that's our South Dakota trip, and highly recommend it. So it's part of the country that I didn't know what to expect, but I am sure glad I got to go there. So thank you.
Okay, thanks, Joni.
Thank you, Joan.
Okay. Mount Rushmore is, of course, one that we will fly up there. This next one is a motor coach tour, and this is a new one for us, Chicago to St. Louis on Route 66. So we're going to spend the first 2 nights in Chicago, and we're going to start with a gangster dinner show, do the architectural tour, tour Wrigley Field, food tour after that, and we'll get our pictures by the start sign of the famous Route 66. So then we're going to work from there to St. Louis, and we're going to be seeing the old mom and pop roadside nostalgia. We'll be touring this town. What's the name of this town?
This is Pontiac.
Pontiac. Okay, we're going to be touring Pontiac. They have quite a bit there with Route 66. Stopping by the famous Gemini Man, Gemini Giant, and Shays Gas Station. And the Ace Sign Company, we're going to do dinner in the Ace Sign Company. So they'll set up a nice dinner for us. Heading into St. Louis, we're going to be staying 2 nights at Union Station, a beautiful, beautiful historic train station hotel. We'll be walking the famous Chain of Rocks Bridge, and you can't go on that part of 66 and not stop at the famous Ted Drew's. They're famous for their custard. Got to have that custard.
Us stop at a ice cream place?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Your grandfather would be proud of you guys. He was the ice cream king of our family. So yep, Route 66.
And I just want to say real quick, too, this is also, next year is the 250th anniversary of the United States. And also, it's the 100th anniversary of Route 66. So along this tour, we're going to be celebrating not only the 100th anniversary of Route 66, but also the 250th anniversary of, the United States of America. So at all these different stops, there's going to be different, odes to that, celebrations of that. So it's really a special year to do Route 66, celebrating the 100th anniversary of it.
Yep.
Okay. Flavors of France and Spain in June, featuring the regions of First of all, I'm going to butcher some words on this tour. The guy that I work with over there, in fact, I'm going over to Spain, Pat and I, here in a few weeks to meet with him again. And being from Spain, if he heard how I would pronounce some of these, he would probably cringe.
I mean, we hear how you pronounce English words, so it's
La Rioja. Is that how you say that first region? La Rioja?
Rioja, yes.
Rioja, okay. And the Basque, I can say the Basque and the Bordeaux. So those are the regions we're featuring. And we'll start with the Retiro Park.
Yep, that's in Madrid there. Yep.
Yep, in Madrid. We'll be flying into Madrid and touring places like the Palace, Royal Palace of Spain, the Burgos Cathedral, and the La Rioja. La Rioja, UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Yeah. So basically, we'll be flying into Madrid and then working our way north up through the Basque Country into Rioja over there. That's their wine region that's up in Spain there.
We're going to be staying at a monastery that's been turned into a hotel. So some very unique, nice hotels on this tour. The Basque region, famous for the Basque cider. Do you know that alcohol content on that cider is like 12%?
Oh, it's quite extensive.
Yeah. We won't,
How did you find that out?
that thing on the internet. So,
Yeah.
I haven't tried any yet. So, okay. Laquitio. I'm pretty sure I spelled or pronounced that one right. Beautiful 3-night stay in Laquitio.
Yep, that's on the northern shore of Spain there.
Okay.
Yep.
And the Bilbao, Spain food walk.
Yep, that's where we'll be visiting the famous Guggenheim that's located in Bilbao there.
Yep. And the Cliffs of Dragonstone, featured on the Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones,
Yep. And we'll do a traditional cider house tour with the lunch. Stay in a 12th century castle turned into a hotel. And then the last 4 nights is Bordeaux itself.
Yes, obviously famous for wine country in France there.
We even do a dinner cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yep.
So that's our France and Spain tour.
And that one there, we have a guide with us the entire time. That's going to be Gabriel, who's our tour guide over in Spain there. So obviously he will be speaking English to everybody, and everyone will be able to understand as he takes us throughout Spain and France there.
Yep. And he'll pronounce the words much better.
Much better.
He's Spanish,
pronounce it correctly, yes.
Yeah, he's Spanish. All right. Here's one of your favorite tours.
Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite tours. This is Wit, Wine, and Waterfalls. This is a tour through the Finger Lakes region of New York. This is a very laid-back, relaxing, but yet still very fun tour that we do. Excited to bring it back. It'll be from July 13th to the 17th. Now, on the way over, we are going to stop in Jamestown, New York, and we're going to have dinner there at the Lucy Desi Museum that evening. Enjoy Jamestown, New York.
And that's the Tropicana room, right?
And that is the
show.
that is the Tropicana room. Yep. And then we'll be staying 3 nights there on the Hampton Inn in Penn Yan on Kuka Lake. I don't know how this is a Hampton Inn still. This is one of the best hotels I have stayed in, let alone best Hampton Inns I've ever stayed in. They have a wonderful back porch and deck area with fire pits, with lots of furniture that you can lounge on that's right on the edge of the lake. So every time I've done this tour, each night, people are outside with their bottles of wine that they purchased that day and enjoying the sunset over the lake. So it's truly a special place. But also, we'll be doing lunch and tastings at both Glenora Wine Cellar and Ventosa Vineyards there. Both of those are located on Seneca Lake. We'll be doing a boat ride on the Canandaigua Lady. The Canandaigua Lady is on, of course, Canandaigua Lake. They take you down about halfway down that beautiful lake. The water there is crystal clear. You can see all the way to the bottom. It's a really relaxing way to start the morning. And then, we'll be doing a lunch there in Canandaigua. And then in that afternoon, we will be going to the Sonnenberg Estate and Gardens. Now, the Sonnenberg Estate and Gardens is the home to the former mayor of New York City. Trying to remember his name off the top of my head. Andrew, no, not DeWitt Clinton.
No, wasn't
Andrew,
DeWitt Clinton? Okay.
Trying to remember, but no, it's a beautiful estate there with amazing gardens. They have over 7 different themed gardens there. The tour of the house itself is amazing, so it's a relaxing way to spend the afternoon. Also, we will spend time in Watkins Glen State Park. It's a very fun park to walk up in through the canyon there. If it's been raining, you'll see waterfalls just like that to explore. And then also, we will be heading to the Corning Glass Museum down in Corning, New York. It's a wonderful museum. I believe, actually, Grandpa, your dad. He said that's one of his favorite museums
Yeah,
that he's ever
yeah,
visited
yeah.
in his life. And they have glass blowing demonstrations. It's very fascinating how they build these pieces, and they walk you through step by step how they do it. So, but no, this is July 13th through the 17th. Again, this is in the Finger Lake region of New York. If you're looking for a relaxing yet fun summer getaway, this tour then is for you.
Okay, good. Okay, river cruising. And I'm one of those guys that once I found river cruising, I won't go back to other ones very often. So, but this one is the Danube, which I was on this one, what, 3 or 4 years ago? It was the first one I did.
Yeah.
So July 18th. One stop unpacking. You get to the boat, and you're there on the boat for the whole 7 nights. And you're in different cities throughout that time. The tours, most of the tours are included. Some they have a few that you would pay a little extra for, but the tours are included.
You can take
Wine
some
and
bikes,
beer
right?
with lunches and dinners.
You can take some bikes, right?
Yeah, they have some more active tours
Right.
you can
They
do
have-
as well,
yep,
too.
yep.
Yeah.
So, and we'll start off, they'll take you past the Hungarian Parliament, the very famous building lit up at night. So I'll actually run the boat up and down the river that night, so you can see that. They'll have all kinds of things. This is just one of many of the different shows. And our favorite on that trip of Pat and I was the private concert in Vienna. And you had the place to yourself. When you showed up, they had their champagne for you, and you went in, and that's what we had that night. It was just an amazing evening. So again, Emerald does a great job with their tour packages and as well as the boats. So you can go on the website, see in much more detail all that's going on. We have a great videos on the website on this one. Don't wait long. When it comes to river cruising and the yacht cruising, they sell fast. You know, we're not the only ones selling this boat. They sell it to all over the world, and there's not a whole lot of cabins left. So if you're going to wait till spring to sign up for this, you won't get it. You need to see us as soon as you can.
Right. These are smaller boats, so you're looking,
100
what?
some people.
I think, yeah, this one here, I think he's 130 people total.
Yeah.
So you're only talking 60 some odd rooms?
Yeah.
70 rooms?
Okay. Tour Biblical Proportions, just a nice little 2-night. We're going back to seeing Joshua at the Sight and Sound Theater. And then the second night, we're going down to D.C. for the Museum of the Bible. And then in midsummer or August, early August, we have Mountain Rails and Appalachian Trails. So we'll go over to Pittsburgh. Has anyone been in the P&LE train station over there? It's like a small-scale Grand Central Terminal. It's absolutely beautiful. So we'll have a dinner there the first night over. And we'll be doing other things around Pittsburgh as well. And then we'll take Amtrak around the famous Horseshoe Curve. 3-hour run from Pittsburgh to Altoona, and the bus will drive it empty. And then when we get to Altoona, we actually walk up into the middle of the Horseshoe Curve. There's like a viewing area up there, so we can be up there as all the trains are going by. We'll visit the Railroad Museum, the Railroaders, probably the best railroad museum in the country. Work our way down into West Virginia, and a cute little theater down there, the Gandy Dancer, nice little dinner theater.
That's one of your favorites.
The Gandy Dancer's a good time. I know, I've seen some people here today that were with me the last time we were there, and that was, I had a hard time getting people out of there. It's an outstanding time. It's very interactive, and it's a lot of fun. So.
Very welcoming. And I found a little place for cider down there in the mountains, so we'll even stop and check out a cider place. So Mountain Rails, Appalachian Trails, August. And here's my favorite, the tour that built the company. And we're now running, well, we have 9 of these planned for this year. Now, most are with other companies. The one for us is August 8th to the 16th. So we're going to run 4 different trains through the mountains. And well, first of all, how many people here have been on my Colorado tour? I was going to say quite a few.
Yeah, there's a lot of hands up right there.
But we run 4 different trains through the mountains. The most famous is this one, the Durango Silverton, ranked 3rd in the world for views and experience. And you can see it, I mean, it gets you out there where cars have never been. So, and the Georgetown Loop, nice little An engineering marvel is what this train is. And they take you over the Devil's Gate Bridge, highest and longest narrow gauge railroad in the world, the Cumbries. That's my favorite. That's an amazing day. And we even do lunch on the mountain. And Pikes Peak, can't miss Pikes Peak. We visit 3 different parks. The National Monument in Colorado. We even have dinner out there. And I have a guy that cooks a brisket for 20 hours. We do it.
Yeah, Zane does an amazing job. He will smoke it for 20 hours. And he has 2 of those 20-pound ones, and there's not much left when we leave.
We have a picnic shelter now that we set up out there, and he brings all the food out. And
it's a wonderful shelter that we're out of the sun and out of the heat, and it's right along the Colorado River there, and you get to see the sunset on the monument as you have dinner, so it's amazing.
His family serves it. The granddaughters come out serving you and everything. It's a nice thing.
Okay. Did I miss one?
Mesa Verde.
Mesa Verde, can't miss Mesa Verde. So my tour guide there, she for 25 years taught all the other tour guides the tour of Mesa Verde. And she actually retired now from working in the Navajo schools. And she just brings that tour to life. So we spend a day out there, Garden of the Gods. We stay in some nice places, the Wine Country Inn with a beautiful mesa for a backdrop, the famous Strader. And this little dive of a place, the Cliff House at Pikes Peak, it's actually ranked in the top 80 inns of the world. They're famous for heated toilet seats. When we go to leave that place, someone says, man, no more heated toilet seats. So Trains and Parks of Colorado. So and all these fly trips, we always have a bus from here in New Philly. And we can do pickups too if it's on the way to the airport. Like if we're doing the Cleveland airport, we could do a pickup in Canton, whatever. But these prices include your transfers to the airport. You don't have to park for the week or 2 or whatever you're gone. And also you may look at prices in our book and you may say, hey, Warther, your prices really went up from last year. We are now including in the price the cost of the flights. Before we were saying the tour was this much and we have to add now another so much more because we have to do the air now. We're now putting it all with the air. And let's say you want to do your own air or you have points you want to use. Well then we just back that price out of that tour and we'll work with you on getting your air set up. But the prices you're seeing is completely with the tour or with the air and with your transfers and your bags for the flights, and because that stuff, as you know, that all adds up pretty quick. So. Okay, Canadian Rockies. Janice, you're our Canadian Rocky lady, aren't you? You didn't know I was going to put you up here, did you? Yeah. So.
She's good on the spot.
Yep.
Is it ready to go? Yes. Can't say, just to preface this, the sights that you see on this trip are just amazing. It's beyond belief, the beauty of the Canadian Rockies. So. We're going to start out in Vancouver. We'll have 3 nights in Vancouver, which gives you a chance to recover from the flight. We will go over and visit Gastown, which is a historic area in Vancouver, how it got started. You'll hear all about its beginnings. Quite raucous beginnings.
And our welcome dinner's at the Steamworks, right?
Yes, and the welcome dinner is at a lovely place called the Steamworks Brew Pub, which is in Gastown. The next day, we're going to get up and take a cruise over to Vancouver Island and Victoria there. Our first stop will be, we drive you on the bus, on the coach, right onto the ship that takes us over there. And we will end up at Butcher Gardens, which is absolutely unbelievable gardens, gardens beyond belief.
I have found out that Bouchard Gardens was originally a limestone pit.
It was a limestone quarry. Mr. Butchert, that's the way you pronounce it, even though we want to Frenchify it.
Did I butcher that word too? Okay.
You butchered it. Get it?
Bouchard.
Yeah.
Bouchard.
Anyway, Butcher Gardens he was a guy that saw the opportunity to make a bunch of money in the concrete business in Vancouver. And so his wife said, "You've stuck me out here on this island with nothing to do, and you've dug pits all over the property. I'm turning them into gardens." And she was the the impetus behind it all, right? And then the next day we'll take a tour of Vancouver and visit the Capilano Suspension Bridge. Capilano was not an Italian word, believe it or not. It's a native word. Anyway, so it's not quite spelled that way, but Capilano Suspension Bridge, you got to walk over it. It's really fun. Lots of people here have done that with me. I forced them to go over it, and you'll love it. And then the following day, we get up bright and early in the morning, hop on the Rocky Mountaineer, and this is a bucket list trip. When you say, "Oh, I've been on the Rocky Mountaineer," people, true travelers, will go, "Whoa." It is that spectacular, and we will take a trip from Vancouver to Banff. You do not sleep on the Rocky Mountaineer. We will stop in a town called Kamloops. We will have Gold Leaf service. Gold Leaf service is glass dome coaches, because all of the views are going to be vertical. You're going to be driving through valleys, riding through valleys. So you want to look up. And then they basically treat you like the queen or king of the world on these trips. This is a very cool, beautiful train, because I told Mark I wasn't doing any more train trips for a while, but that one I did and I loved, so we won't talk about it. When we get to Banff, we're going to stay at a relatively new hotel in Banff. The city of Banff is a city in the national parks, and so they really limit development. The Rimrock Resort is a newer resort built on the side of the mountains there, on the side of Sulphur Mountain, and it's quite a gorgeous place to stay. So that's where we're going to be staying.
That's a 3-night stay as well.
That's a 3-night stay as well, right.
So we're going to see the Icefield Parkway while we're there.
Yeah, Icefield
Lake
Parkway,
Louise.
go up the Icefield Parkway, walk on the glacier, come back, visit Banff, enjoy everything that the Canadian Rockies have to offer. Yeah.
Just a nice shot of the
there's
interior
Peto
of
Lake.
the Rimrock.
You have Peto Lake up there. Yeah,
Peto
that's
Lake. Yep.
beautiful. And there's the ice coach. Yeah. There it is, the Glacier Adventure. You get to walk on a glacier. And this is, of course, we will visit Lake Louise. We will make sure we stop at Lake Louise, and you'll visit the beautiful chateau there. And our farewell dinner will be on the top of Sulphur Mountain, which is a pretty new 5-year-old facility they built on the top of Sulphur Mountain. The views from there are just absolutely spectacular. So you take a gondola up, but nothing to be afraid of. But it's beautiful. So bucket list trip for you.
Okay.
And join
Thank
me.
you,
We
Janice.
have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, Janice.
Yeah, there's only a few seats left on this trip, by the way. So if this is one that you're really interested in, see us next week. Okay, a new one for us, from Locks to London, our Grand British tour. So let's take a look at this. We're going to fly into Edinburgh. That's how they say it over there. It's not Edinburgh, it's Edinburgh.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay. And we're going to be staying at the Courtyard, which is like within a block and a half from the Royal Mile. And if you're not familiar with Edinburgh, the Royal Mile, at the bottom of the Royal Mile is the Holyrood House. That's where the Queen would stay when she'd go to Scotland. And then at the top of the road, the mile, is the castle. And this is the road between the two, and it's full of shops and restaurants and all kinds of things. So you'll have time to explore the Royal Mile. We're going to go on the Britannia, the personal yacht of the Queen, tour that. Can't go to Scotland without stopping at a distillery.
Whiskey.
So,
yep, whiskey.
Perfect toast to the start of the tour. This place is neat, the Falkirk Wheel. So they have 2 canals that go across Scotland. They meet in the middle, one from the west, of course, one from the east, but those darn Scottish, when they built them, the one canal is 80 foot higher than the other one. So they built this big thing that literally lifts the boats up from the one canal and puts it in the other canal. So we'll stop and see that. And then they have the Kelpies. These are huge horses in honor of the Scottish working horses. And we'll do a wildlife cruise out of Malig.
Yep. Loch Lomond. Yep.
And then the Jacobite train, very famous train. I've always wanted to ride this one. This was the one made famous by Harry Potter.
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this will take you through the Scottish Highlands up there. Yep.
Then we're going to work our way down through the Lake District, the Grasmere and the Daffodil Hotel, very beautiful place to stay for a couple nights. And Wordsworth, that's what I'm thinking. We're going to go to the Wordsworth home, where he was born.
Yes.
The poets, there's the Wordsworth home. We'll take a lake cruise on Lake Windermere. And the Fountains Abbey, and this is a World Heritage Site, and it's one of the oldest of the formal gardens of Europe. They're out of the 1700s. And this place is what inspired in the 1800s for the rest of Europe to create their formal gardens and fountains. So we'll stop there, tour that, end up in London for a couple nights, staying at Bailey's. We're going to be touring Westminster Abbey, Tower of London, and we even do a dinner cruise on the river, go right under Tower Bridge, and we'll finish up with a show on the West End. So that one is in late August, August 31st to September 11th. Now getting back to some smaller tours. So here's a new one that we've come up with. We found a big fireworks.
Yes, so this tour is really geared around the International Fireworks Competition that's up in Traverse City, Michigan here in the beginning part of September. So we'll kind of head our way north and get to see and stop in Detroit, where there's a facility there where they make a lot of the floats throughout the United States for a lot of the grand parades. So we get to tour the factory there and to see how those are made.
That's where a lot of the Thanksgiving Day Macy's floats come from.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. And then after that, we head to Frankenmuth, stay in Frankenmuth overnight, stay at the Bavarian Inn Lodge there. Get to do some pretzel making during that time as well. And then after Frankenmuth, we then head north up to Traverse City. We'll stay 2 nights at the Park Place Hotel, which is right next to the waterfront there. It's a block from downtown Traverse City where all the shops are. So we have some free time also to explore that. And then we'll also be going out and seeing the famous Sleeping Bear Dunes there on the western shores of Michigan there, yeah. They're famous for, these sand dunes are massive, and they'll have signs out there where if you go down and you can't get back up, it's $3,000 for you to get you back up to the top of the hill. So I highly encourage you not to go down the bottom.
That's not included with your tour, folks.
Travel insurance doesn't cover that.
Yeah, so, well, then we'll stop at a vineyard there in Michigan as well.
I know, we need to talk to Bud about would travel insurance cover that. So.
Yeah.
If they twisted their ankle, then it would.
That's out of my hands there.
All right.
Then, of course, so we will be seeing the National Fireworks Competition there. It's at their minor league ballpark up there, and so they have competition from different companies that will be letting off the fireworks. From what I understand, it's pretty amazing show that they put on there. Yeah. And of course, we get to do a sand dune ride there on the western shores as we work our way south.
Yes. Yeah, this is down by Muskingum.
Yep. Muskegon area.
Yes, Muskegon. Yep.
We'll do a Lake Michigan cruise as well. Nice, easygoing afternoon cruise. And then we'll end up in Grand Rapids area, staying at the famous Amway Grand Plaza there in Grand Rapids. Then, of course, Grand Rapids is also known for the famous Meyer Gardens that we'll be seeing. They'll be having I think in 2026 when we're going here, they'll be featuring the famous Chulili glass exhibits that will be there. So,
Yep.
a nice 5-day excursion to go up and see things up there in northern part of Michigan and Michigan itself. Yeah.
Which that time of year is,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think there's better weather
Yeah.
all year round inside the United States than late
Yeah.
or early September to
Fantastic.
mid-September up there. Yeah,
Yeah, fantastic time to go.
Yep. And I like to point out that one of the things that I'm proud of for our company is we believe in putting you folks up at the right place. Not at some low place out by the airport or the edge of town. In this case, for example, it's the Amway and the Park Hotel. And as you notice on our tours, we believe in having you in the right place. So that's dunes, blooms, and booms. Okay, Greece. It's sold out already, but get your name on it if you really want to do it, because there's always somebody that something comes up in life and something may open. But I'll just do a quick run through on Greece, where our first 3 nights is going to be in the Athens Hotel, the Athenaeum. This is right by the Acropolis. So there's a beautiful rooftop restaurant and lounge up there. You can sit up there and you'll see the Parthenon all lit up at night. We're going to start with our welcome dinner with some Greek entertainment. Oh, and by the way, for you folks that know a guy by the name of Steve Tamakis, who is as Greek can be, and boy, can he cook Greek. He's going to be on this tour, so he'll really bring this to life as well.
Luckily, it's already sold out because
no, he's already sold. He's already on it. That's yeah.
I don't know if anybody else will sign up.
So, but that's the Acropolis at night, of course, and one of our tours of the Parthenon during the day. Then we're going to take a three-night cruise and just do some island hopping. And this is not a real big cruise liner. It's like 1,000 people, I think, or maybe not even that. And we're going to go to Mykonos, Crete, Patmos, all those. And so you get a good flavor for the islands. And we'll be stopping in, we'll be doing a Turkish rug as one of the excursions.
Didn't you have somebody?
I have a Turkish rug. And I figured they would send it to us, like, ship it, right? These guys, the one guy couldn't even speak English. He was right off the boat. Pulls up to our house with a truck full of their Turkish rugs to deliver them here in this country. He just came back, that was last year, he just came back a week ago, says, hey, I got more rugs to show you. Yeah, so it's a hoot.
Didn't he make you coffee?
Oh, yeah, he says, oh, you have any Turkish coffee? We're like, no. He goes out to the truck, comes back in with it, and he's sitting there at my stove, stirring, pouring the stuff into the boiling water. I said, I got a K-cup. Oh, no, you don't use those, he says. It's a hoot, yeah. One of my favorite tours, tour of ancient Ephesus. When we get off the ship back in Athens, we're going to put you folks on a flight. It's like a 30-minute flight to Santorini. And this is where we stay. Now, Santorini, the one side of the island, it's so commercialized and packed and busy. I mean, and you have to visit it, you have to see all that stuff. But then we go over to the other side of the island, this beautiful 5-star resort right on the water, and right beside it's this little town. They have these little restaurants and shops all along the beach. And we stay there for 3 nights. And throughout that time, we're doing some tours. Like the one night we do a catamaran dinner cruise. We do, of course, a winery. And there's one of the restaurants on the water by the hotel. Here's our dinner cruise from the last trip over. I think those girls having too much fun. Yeah, you were. Okay.
No wine involved, right?
No, not at all. So there was our dinner on board, and I found a place to have dinner, so you'll just find some place to sit on that catamaran and put your feet up and enjoy the beauty. So that's our Greece tour.
And more than likely, because this obviously sold out, we'll probably be offering this in 27.
Oh, heavens, yes. This one will definitely be coming back as well. There's a chance I have another company that we're running this for the week before this one. And if you really want to go and that one runs, we could probably get you on that one.
We'll have to see how well.
Yeah, but we'll have to see how that develops.
Yep.
So, okay. Well, we have John Elsasser coming up.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thanks for being here. So if you don't know John, you're with the Zor Community Association.
Right. Yep.
And we put together with you, you helped us build this, a tour to the Alsace region, Germany?
Southern Germany, yeah.
Southern Germany,
right.
Okay. And you've been over there before, haven't you?
Yeah, a few times, yeah. So this is going to be a good opportunity to see what I call the real Germany, although Klaus might disagree. But we're going to go from Munich to Stuttgart and back, and I think you'll it's a delightful place. If you know a little bit about Zor, you're going to learn more about it by being here. You're going to know why they came here and what happened to them back there. And if you're not that interested in Zor, you're just going to have a great exposure to southern Germany, which is both Bavaria and Baden-Württemberg.
Okay. And we're starting in Ulm, right?
Yeah, Ulm, it's the site of the tallest church spire in the world.
Wow.
It's a great town, and there's a nice market. We're going to be there when they have the market in the church place or the square there. And it's on the Danube River. And we're going to take a little cruise on the Danube River there.
Okay.
And it's a really nice town.
Okay. And this is a traditional boat from back in the day that we're going to ride on, correct? Okay.
A Schachtel. And then we're going to go to a village. And one of the nice things about this trip, you're going to be in some major towns in southern Germany, Munich, Augsburg, Ulm, and Stuttgart. But you're also going to be in some small towns and villages. And one of them is a town called Gingen. And it is the home of Marguerite Steiff, who invented the teddy bear. So they have a museum there, and we're going to visit that museum. They also have a great gift shop. When I travel, I like to do kind of three things: eat, go to museums, and buy things.
I thought Teddy Roosevelt invented that teddy bear, but no, it was over in Germany, huh? Okay.
And also, when we're in Gingen, we're also going to stop. You may not know this, but the edge of the Roman Empire was about a couple kilometers from Gingen. And so we're going to go to a Roman fort and museum on what's called the Limes. That was the line of the Roman Empire. Rome was to the south, and the Goths and all the bad people were to the north. Then we're going to head over to Stuttgart and visit the Ludwigsburg Palace. The Duke and sometimes King of Württemberg was the guy who persecuted the Zorites. And for a long time, he didn't want to let them leave because he needed them to grow crops and serve in the military, although they wouldn't serve in the military. That was one of the problems. But later on, when they had some issues in Germany, he said, please go, and that's why they came to America and to Ohio. So we're going to visit his palace and see a little bit more about it. We're also going to tour Stuttgart. It's a great town. It's it's not Munich, but it's also a very typical southern German area. And while we're there, we're going to go to the Mercedes-Benz Museum. So this is one of the best museums I've ever been in the world. You'll see the first car, I think, ever invented by Carl Benz, and you're going to see racing cars and trucks and ambulances. I mean, one of the nice things about this, I went to the Porsche Museum just about a month ago, and it's good, but this is a lot better. And they've got a great gift shop again, I would say, and it'll be a fun time. If you have a Mercedes, you'll enjoy it.
Well, and there's a story where he wouldn't really do much with that invention called the car, and his wife stole the car and drove it to town and got the first notoriety about what is this machine.
Yeah, that was Bertha Benz.
Yeah, and that's a neat story. So.
And then we're going to head down south to Lake Constance, or the Bodensee is what they call it in German. And Switzerland is right across the lake. We're going to take a cruise on the lake. It's a really nice town, the Bodensee. I mean, I would say it's sort of like our Lake Erie, but it's a lot nicer. And also in that area is the Zeppelin Museum. So Count Zeppelin, who invented the dirigible, that we know, the Akron, the Macon, of course, the Hindenburg. They've got a great museum about that and aviation. And that's this part of Germany in Friedrichshafen is the aviation capital of Germany. And then we're going to head over to Augsburg on the way back to Munich, and it's got a lot of history. It's very prominent in the Protestant Reformation. And then we'll be back to Munich. We're going to take a tour, Third Reich tour, which I think will show you some of the remnants of the Third Reich there. And then, of course, we're going to swing over to the Oktoberfest.
We just happen to time this where we are there when the Oktoberfest is going on. And there's Donna. Where's Donna at? Yeah, we sent her over. I'd like to say that. She was going anyways, but She's testing the beer out for us, right, Donna? You didn't know I was going to use that picture, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, so if you haven't been to Munich, Munich is really great. It's probably the cool place in Germany, according to the Germans.
Okay, so that's our Southern Germany Heritage Trail Tour. So, John, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hope you join us. Thanks.
All right, yeah. And after that, we have our Utah Parks and Canyons tour. And this is a phenomenal tour. It's an all-encompassing look on the great American Southwest. We fly into Vegas, and from there, we head to Zion National Park. In the afternoon there in Zion, you'll have some time to explore some trails, and then also we have our own private tram ride that will take you throughout the park to some of the major photo stops to get a good look there. And also you'll be have a chance to climb into the Virgin River if you'd like. It's very cold, but you can get in there if you'd like and see it from all of its grandeur.
So, Carol, how cold was that water when you were in it? Where's Carol at? I know she's here somewhere. So.
Yeah. And then from there, we'll head up to Bryce Canyon National Park, and we'll be having lunch at the lodge there. And then after lunch, you'll have time to explore Bryce Canyon in the afternoon. You can walk Sunset to Sunridge Trail, walk down the Queen's Path if you would like through some of those spires. We also do a wonderful float trip along the Colorado River. We do this just south of Page, Arizona by the famous Navajo Bridge. And then that afternoon, we will explore Antelope Canyon, one of the top 3 most photographed places in the world at this time. We also do a Monument Valley tour in Jeeps. It's an outback tour, which we will have lunch during that tour. I promise we will not do steak again. For some of you who had that experience once, we will do Navajo tacos.
We had to get a chainsaw to cut that
yes,
steak. So
yeah, they were tougher than the
locals
cypress
didn't know how to
trees.
cook them.
Yeah.
So we'll do Navajo tacos next time.
Navajo
okay.
tacos, they're a hit. And then also, we will visit at Hogan. They still have the traditional Navajo homes there on the reservation that you can tour inside. They have someone in there that will tell you about how they raise their children in Hogan's and how they're built as well.
Well, and this lady, when I first started going out there about 15 years ago, her mother was there. And her mother befriended John Wayne, and he had her as one of the extras in the Searchers. And but she still lived in that Hogan. She lived to 100 years old, and she just passed away a couple years ago. Now her daughter lives there.
Yes, yeah, her daughter's the one that will talk to you, and she'll tell stories about her mother as well. And it's actually pretty moving and very fascinating. So
those are kinds of experiences we look for.
Yeah, there's also our Navajo guides they have flutes and things like that. They'll do a little concert for us there while we're out there. It's actually amazing. And then we'll make our way up to Moab and explore Arches National Park, and then we'll cross the road there and explore Canyonlands National Park. And so that's a quick look there on our Utah Parks and Canyons tour. It's, like I said, a very all-encompassing tour there of the Southwest. Gives you a great feel of what we have down there.
Okay. All right, well, we're up to October, so we're not too far from the end, but we have a nice fall tour over to the Hudson Valley. This was very popular a few years ago, so we brought it back.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is your specialty too, right?
Yeah, that, and also Joan as well. Joan has
right.
got this tour here as well. And the Hudson River Valley area is, I believe, a very underrated area. Lots of history there. Lots of people who built, the United States. Spent a lot of time there. We'll head over to the Vanderbilt Mansion and tour that beautiful mansion and explore. We'll do a tour of the Pride of the Hudson, which is an amazing boat tour. Not only do you get to see all of these grand mansions, there's also a lot of bald eagles that nest along that river. We also will take a guided tour and do a tasting of America's oldest winery. And then we'll make our way over to the Culinary Institute of America there. We do a tour. They tell us about what it's like going from a freshman to a senior there. Then we have lunch. And then, of course, we visit West Point and enjoy a tour there. And then afterwards, MacArthur's Riverview Restaurant, we will have lunch there. And then,
I'm not sure how we found this place, but it's a beautiful hotel in the old train station there in what town?
Scranton.
Scranton,
On the
yeah.
way back, yeah.
So we're going to spend our last night there and have a nice dinner there in their big restaurant. So discover the Hudson River Valley, October. And we're going to do a little tour down to Gettysburg and Harper's Ferry in later October. Again, another fall colors tour as well.
Yeah, this will be a great history buff tour for the Civil War era. Obviously, Gettysburg known for that, and of course, Harper's Ferry just south of that will be.
And again, a one stop, one unpacking, 3 nights.
Yep.
So, and we're going to do the Gettysburg Museum and the battlefield tour. We'll take you down to Harper's Ferry, learn all about the John Brown and that history. Dinner at the Dobbin House. We're actually having a lunch here at this museum.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
And how do we get so many wineries in our thing? Yeah, Dawn, you created this one, didn't you? That's a nice place, though. That's a great, great winery. So Gettysburg, nice fall tour. And finishing up the year, we have Christmas at the Biltmore. So every year we try to do a different Christmas tour, and we're leaving for where in a couple weeks?
Oh, yeah,
Williamsburg.
Yes.
Williamsburg.
Yes, Williamsburg,
Yep.
yeah.
So, and a couple of years ago was what, Nashville, and I'm actually going up to Niagara Falls. We're going to put one together for 27. The lighting up there, Niagara on the Lake, and the Christmas place, and so we're going to put one together for probably 27 up there. But for 26, we're doing Christmas at the Biltmore. And trying to see what's working there. Yeah. So we're going to do the night tour. We're going to be staying at the Biltmore, or we're going to visit the Biltmore Antler Village. We're staying at a local, Hilton, if I remember right.
Yep.
And we're going to see the Festival of Lights at the Arboretum. We'll do the daytime tour of the Biltmore. And just so you can see how beautiful it is at night, we bring you back for the nighttime tour. Got some nice dinners planned. One is at the Sierra
Nevada Brewery. Yeah, that's a great place.
Stone Ridge Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
And dinner at the Biltmore Stables.
Yep. Yep.
Then we're going to scoot over to Pigeon Forge for our last night. And we'll be doing a Christmas show there at Pigeon Forge, and then we'll scoot home. So, okay. Last couple ones to finish up. Our Christmas Markets Cruise, it is sold out. Last year we presented this, and I said, hey, these river cruises sell out fast, but this one sells out even faster because there's only a 2-week window that you can go on the cruises when all the Christmas markets are there. And so we'll be doing this one again, though, if you're interested in it. And we're coming up with a new tour called the Spain Staycation. So we're going to have 2 full weeks on the Mediterranean there in Spain. And we're staying in one place. It's a beautiful resort right on the water. And then every day we're going to do a little tour. So if you want to go on a tour on any given day, great. If not, you knock yourself out at the resort. You can, roam around town, enjoy the beach. So just a nice wintertime getaway. But one of the tours will be a wine and cheese tasting. Weaving workshop, for example. Distillery, Costa Tropicana rum. Is that what that says? Mm-hmm. Yep. Fruit plantation. But a nice little winter getaway. So join us for the staycation. 27 meals on this, by the way. So we feed you to death.
Yeah.
Okay, and to finish up, we have 2 big cruises in 27. So
yep.
The first one is a yacht cruise. And this is going to start in Edinburgh. And we're going to work our way over to, in fact, I have a map. We'll work our way over to Copenhagen and Oslo and end up in Bergen and going up through the fjords.
Yes.
Yep. And one that's not quite as pricey. It's a larger boat. At the same time, we're offering the Fjords and Fire Tour, and that one starts in London. And from there, we'll be going over to Amsterdam, up into the fjords, and then over. And the last 3 nights were on the northern side of Iceland, and then coming into Reykjavik.
Yeah, Akureyri is the northern capital of Iceland. That is an absolutely beautiful place. So that's a great port stop there, and they have different things that you can do in Mavaten, like different, baths and things like that, the sulfur baths, and then in Reykjavik as well. That entire area is just an outstanding area to see. So.
Okay, so and by the way, the yacht cruise, if you truly are interested in that, there's not much left. Please come and see us next week or the next couple weeks. There are cabins left, but they're going to go fast. Okay, so now I have 2 young ladies that has been waiting and waiting to get up here, and they've been waiting for the show for weeks. They're so excited. This is the future of Warther Tours. Come on up here, girls.
These are the giveaway girls, right?
Yeah. So this is Vivi and Lainey. They're cousins to each other. A couple of my granddaughters.
Yes.
And the rest are here. They just didn't want to come up. So, all right. So what do you have to say? Oh, you didn't know you were talking, did you?
I don't know.
I don't know. Just say, I
No.
No. You're killing me. You're killing me. Okay, so they're going to help with the drawings. So I'm going to let the boys do and the girls here do the drawings.
Okay. So we have a few giveaways to give away today. So we're going to be giving away 2 tickets to any one-day tour of your choice in 2026, and we're giving away 2 of those. So the first one, Vivi, go ahead and reach in.
So this is a value of $400 each for each gift that were of these. So because there's 2 tickets to any one-day tour, and they're about $200.
Yes. All right. So the number for this is 580779. 580779. We have a winner? Okay, great. Right there. All right.
Are they coming down?
They're right here. Actually, what we'll do is all the winners, after everything, come up to the stage and we'll get your prizes to you. Okay, Lainey, reach in the bowl there, and we're our second
You got to dig your hand.
giveaway. Dig it in there. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Winner is 580699. 580699. All right, we got a winner there. All right.
There you go.
Perfect. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, next one. We have 3 different bags here.
Yes.
Each bag holds some travel items of some sort, and we also have a $50 gift card for Warther Tours.
Yeah, a lot of travel accessories,
like
things like that.
Packing
some things
cubes,
you can use.
umbrella, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So Vivi, go ahead, reach in there, dig all around. Okay. Okay, number is 366936. 366936. We have a winner at all. Yes, no, maybe?
Okay.
Okay, next one.
Draw
then.
another one.
Draw another one, Viv.
Oh, we got one.
We got it.
one.
Never
There we
mind.
go.
Okay, we got it.
Okay. There's that one. Okay, Lainey, go ahead and reach in there, pull out a ticket. All right. Number is 507-1432. 507-1432. Winner right here. Great, thank you. Oh, there you go. Okay, Vivi, go ahead, reach in there. Last one for the bag here. We have 507-1117. Right in the back. Great. There we go. And then we have, we'll have 2. We're giving away 2 pullovers.
Quarter
So
zips.
Quarter zips.
Warther Tour quarters.
Yeah, the quarter zips that you see us wearing here today. Once we pull your number there, just come up and let us know your size, and we will get those ordered, and you can either pick it up at the office or we can mail it to you. So.
Okay, number is 366-982. 366-982, right there. Great. And the last one. Three 950. 366-950. Right back there. Great. All right. Well, that ends the.
Nope.
One more?
We got a surprise one.
Oh,
coming
surprise
out
one.
here.
Okay.
Yeah. So Bud and Sharon,
Yes,
who is our what we call Group Collect. It's our registration system for the tours. You are donating what?
So we'd like to provide a $200 credit for one of your trips. It can't be your deposit, so after you've made your deposit, we will donate a $200 credit from our partnership. You guys are great partners. We appreciate the opportunity to be here, so pick a good one for a $200 credit on your account.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Take one in.
Oh, wait a minute. Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon. Let Sharon do this. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, Vanna.
All right. Okay, the number is 507-1294. Oh, we got
Right
a
over
winner
there.
back here.
Okay,
Nice.
great. Awesome.
Perfect.
Okay, so that concludes our show today.
Yes.
So thank you so much for coming out, and appreciate it.
Just also want to let everyone know too that Eric Andrews, Bud and Sharon, and all of the staff will all be out in the lobby here after the show here. So if you have any questions about anything, we'll be there to answer for you. Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
and the winners, please come forward, and safe travels home, and go Bucks.
Thank you, everyone.